That way if they're missing or broken, you just stick them in. They just pull out and stick in. Ain't nothing to it. And if you get one that's about wore out and you don't have the spare, turn it backwards. It'll work till you get one. And if you get one that's hard and don't want to seal right and you don't have a replacement, just take this and slap a little grease on it. If they're real tight and don't want to turn or a little leak, grease it up. There you go. Okay? And that's the story on those. Now you want to check this as well where it plugs in. Same thing. I will check the inside of this plug to make sure that all the plugs, all the terminals are in place. They're not cracked or missing or broken, and they are not corroded. Okay? Okay.
I would check my electrical connections to the trailer for any broken, missing, or corroded pins.
Okay.
I would check my mounting bolts on my fifth wheel.
Stop there. The fifth wheel, all fifth wheel things bolted together. You see all these bolts? All these bolts need to be in place and tight. Mounting bolts. All these bolts here to the platform are in place. Okay? Did I miss anything? All right, go ahead.
I would check that my trailer, I would check that my release arm is secure, seated in the lock position.
Right here is a release arm. Some of them have a lock, latch type lock to go over the release arm to hold it in place. Only older models. I don't think we have one of those. Tell him if there was a latch, I'd make sure it was over the arm to keep the arm locked. Release arm. Okay?
I would check the fifth.
Had a bad day yesterday, but today, shit, I'm helping out, you know what I'm saying? So it's all good. You know, I'm helping out somebody who having a lot of trouble today myself, so watch the right. Yo, what's good? Boy, trying to rob here. As y'all can see, I'm looking tired as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I am tired as fuck. I've been running since 5 o'clock this morning. Ran all the way to Rock Hill, South Carolina. Came on back. And then when I got back to the ports, they got my damn DM begging me to damn bring out one more goddamn container. I'm like, I just drove 600 miles. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Please, just one more. Just bring it to the yard. Y'all know me. I can't say no to money, man. All right. Hey. Luckily, you know, I already had my chassis on my back. Because once they removed the empty container off my chassis, I had an empty chassis. So I just went on and got the damn load and put the shit on my back. Anyway. This is basically about my trucking journey. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people still asking me, well, Robert, what got you into trucking? How is trucking? What was your experiences in trucking and all kind of stuff? And that's why I included a couple of videos and whatever before this right here. I mean, I know I probably done posted them back in the past, but just in case you just scrolling through YouTube and you just see my video or whatever, you can see it. But yeah, the reason why I got into trucking, because I ain't gonna lie, I've been seeing my boy Marion, he's be like, truck life and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? I used to admire my boy, because I was like, went from high school to doing this thing, whatever, to making some decent money as a trucker. And I'm working like 3 damn jobs, you know what I'm saying? Because I used to work at Memorial Hospital during the day, Home Depot at night, and Uber during the weekends. So I was talking to him about that shit. He said, man, why you working like that, bro? Why you won't just go to truck? Why you won't learn how to drive a truck? Make it to CDL. CDL. Yeah, man. You see me in my videos, man, I be living it up. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get your CDL. So I'm like, maybe. But then I did some research and all kind of shit, and man, I saw how, you know, a lot of truckers, you know, they got some good careers and they make some good money. So I was just like, oh fuck it. Let me. After about 3 or 4 months, I started doing some extensive researching. I started looking at other trucker videos like Trucker Brown. That's why I found Trucker Brown, found Junior Honduras, found Scooby Doo the Trucker, Lil Sean Parks. But at the time, it was like TB and Low, you know what I'm saying? They was like partnering up doing the flatbed thing. So I checked them out and I was like, okay, I think I could do this, bruh. So anyway, try to make a long story short, I wanted to do what I had to do. You know, I went to Savannah Tech, because that's where I got my license from. I went to Savannah Technical College, and they basically treated it just like a class, like a regular class, because I had to apply for financial aid. I got information on the program. You got to get approved. You got to bring in your last year tax statements, all kind of stuff. Like I said, they're treating it like a regular class. And I just found what I had to do, you know what I'm saying? And basically, I came out of pocket probably about $450 out of pocket. But at the same time, there were more expenses. You know, as far as I'll get your CDP, I think that's what they call it, commercial driver's permit, yeah. But the thing is, if you're gonna get your commercial driver's permit, make sure you get, you know, if you try to go my direction, make sure you get approved for the class and you got a date set. Let's say if you got approved for the date to start your class at January 5th. Don't get your CDP to probably about like December 15th, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because your CDP only lasts 120 days. And it depending on how you did it, and see, my classes were every month. I mean, every weekend. It wasn't every day. And that's why it took me so long, because my classes started in January and it ended in April, but I tested out in May. And it took some people be like, why it took so long? Just, you know, it took so long because I only was taking weekend classes. That's what it's like 4 classes a month, basically. So that's why it took so long, you know what I'm saying? And, but yeah, let me come back to this. One thing that fucking irritates the living shit out of me when people ask me this one question to this day. You had to go to school to drive a truck? I'm like, bitch, there's a phlebotomist got to go to school to learn how to draw blood? Hell yes. You got that. I mean, even though the job don't seem like you know, like a brains, you know, like brain surgery or some shit like that, you still got to learn how to do it. Cause I don't give a fuck if you know how to drive a U-Haul, the big U-Haul, a big ass SUV, extra large SUV. You do not know how to drive a truck, especially a manual shifting truck. Cause one thing that my teacher taught me in school, when you drive even though you know how to drive a manual car, you still don't know how to drive a manual truck. And in my class, it was a dude. He said, I learned how to drive in a manual car. So this ain't gonna be nothing. And even him at first had some trouble. At first, but he did end up being the best one in the class. He did. But at the same time, he also said that he has a little bit of experience driving trucks in the Army, because he was in the Army. He just wanted to go ahead and get his CDL. You know, get it certified, he got a CDL. But yeah, man, I mean, driving a truck is like, to me, it's one hell of a thing. Like right now during this coronavirus, or my bad, you're not supposed to say that as far as what other YouTubers are saying. I don't know, I'm not big enough for that. So YouTube ain't never sent me no email about that. So I'm gonna say the political name for it. COVID-19, that's how you say it. With this COVID-19, it's like my job is one of the essential jobs. Because if anything, they trying to overwork a nigga. You know what I'm saying? like tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? They give me like the day. Like I just said, I drove 600 miles a day, then got back to the ports. Then my boss wanted me doing one more load to bring it to the yard. I'm like, I just drove over 600 miles. I'm tired. That's why I'm looking like sleepy right now. I am sleepy. I said, let me make this video right quick. But yeah, and then tomorrow I got 3 Walmarts. I don't get me wrong. I like Walmart money. I ain't gonna lie. I like Walmart money, but man, god damn. Shit, I ain't gonna lie. I'm tired as a motherfucker, man. And shit, for me to do it smoothly, I'm gonna have to start out early in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I might go ahead and something like I did today. I might try to haul ass probably about from my house, probably about 4:45. Get to the yard probably about 4:10. Go ahead and make it to the ports. Do what I gotta do. I gotta get some fuel though. But at the same time, the pilot is literally on the way to the interstate. So it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But yeah, if you're looking for a nice career, a steady career, you know, you don't really have to worry about work, because like I tell everybody all the time, unless you kill somebody, roll a truck, drop a trailer, been found high or drunk or something like that, you can find a job in trucking, man. Any other job, plus trucking is one hell of a thing. You know, right now what I'm doing, I'm researching, because I was talking to my I'm talking to somebody, and he was just like, shit, he just started leasing his truck, and he made like $4,000 in a week, you know what I'm saying, bring home. So damn, because he was like, he's still on this track, he might go ahead and he probably bringing home about $28,000 for the month. Okay, he say, shit, I'm working like 6 days a week like this. So it's like, damn. So like trucking is one hell of a career. I would advise anybody, if you want to know, if you don't want to go to a 4-year college but you want to make some good ass money, I say learn how to drive a truck. It's a good trade. It's steady work, good trade. You can always find something to do. And that's until they get like what you call it, autonomous trucks, and that's not gonna be, you know, really the thing for at least about 30 years. At least 30 years. So don't think that, oh, I'm gonna get my license tomorrow, but they're gonna have trucks driving themselves next week. They still got a lot of kinks to work out in their systems, you know what I'm saying? Like they tried to get the I think it was a Uber to drive itself. I think it was like a year or two ago. And they end up killing the passenger in the car. So they still got a lot of kinks to work out. So if you was thinking about trucking, but you like blah 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 blah, I don't know if I'm gonna do this. I'm hearing they're gonna have trucks driving themselves, blah blah blah. That's true, but you got a few decades before you got to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Even if they start within the next decade having like trucks driving themselves, they still gotta have a human passenger inside of it. Trucks can't fuel themselves. They can't change their own fuses. They can't change their own oils. They can't open doors. They can't close doors. They, in some cases, like if you work for Walmart, or not Walmart, if you work for like Family Dollar or Dollar Tree, something like that, they can't unload themselves. So right now they still need a human, even if they start driving, even if the trucks, you know, autonomous trucks, you know, start next week. But they do have about 2 autonomous trucks driving around the U.S. I saw one time. I was like, I took a picture of it. I'll see if I can find it. If I can find it, I'll post it in this video. But yeah, my trucking journey has been a hell of a journey. Like this is like basically my part 1, because it's like I still remember like my trucking journey. When I first started, I was like one of the last ones in the class. I ain't gonna lie. I was one of the last ones in the class. It took me forever to get everything right. I was basically the Forrest Gump of my class. I ain't gonna lie. I'm man enough to admit that shit. How many people you know that be man enough to admit some shit like that? I basically should have been riding a yellow bus when it came to trucking. But at the same time, when I got it, nigga, I got it. And it stayed here. You know what I'm saying? It took me a minute, but when I got it, I got it. You know what I'm saying? Because that class started in January, I got it down packed probably about the end of February, beginning of March. I got it down, obviously. But anyway, this part one of my journey of trucking. Part two, you know, I'll tell you how it's been since I've been a trucker, a professional driver. Feel me? So, I'm gonna holler at y'all. Y'all know what to do. Like, share, subscribe. I'll holler at you.